My next guest returns back to action on this huge card coming up here, UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi, October 21st. It is Anshul Jubli joining me here on the program for the very first time. Anshul, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. Very excited for the fight, and yeah,
That's
good
great.
stuff.
And I know it's late over there. I should mention this. It's about 7 a.m. my time here in Vancouver. It's almost 10 o'clock, I think, where you are?
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here. Night
Okay.
time.
Do you go to bed later? Because I hope I'm not keeping you up too late.
No, it's okay. I usually go to the bed 11 o'clock. So after
gotcha.
after the sleep, see my bed.
Yeah.
I just
Good.
get the call and go to sleep.
There you go. Well, hopefully I won't put you to sleep in this interview. How excited? Let's start first with the fact that, this is one of the biggest cards of the year. It's in Abu Dhabi. Just how excited were you when you found out you're going to be a part of this card?
Yeah, that's a dream, man. Because last time the first UFC event I watched live was the last Abu Dhabi event, same Islam versus Charles Oliveira. So I watched that fight live. After that fight, I had my Road to UFC event in Abu Dhabi. But that time I was back there watching the fight and watching all the fights, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna fight there. That's in my bucket list now. So see, after 1 year I won the road to UFC tournament, and fighting in this card.
And it was a bit of a late, sorry, it seemed like it was a bit of a late addition to the card. When did you find out about this fight?
Just, I think, 5 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you've had more than enough.
More than enough. It was like almost 8 weeks ago. I knew that I'm gonna fight there, so yeah, it's good. Less than 8 weeks. I think 7 weeks before the card. Yeah.
So they tell you you're fighting Mike Breeden. Were you a little bit surprised by that, just because Mike's lost 3 in a row? When you heard that name, did that surprise you at all?
Yeah, for first few days I didn't see who is it. I'm like, I was very excited because I wanted to fight in this card. I was like, please give me a fight. I was like, it was just 7 weeks, and I was like, oh, will I get the fight or not? But when I got the fight, I was like so excited. But then after a few days, I saw that I'm fighting this guy, Mike Breeden. He's very good. I've watched his 1 or 2 fights. I'm very excited, and he's very good, like tough guy who's like all around. His grappling is good, his striking is good. So yeah, excited for the matchup, and I think it would be a fun fight. It would be a good fist fight.
As far as Mike as an opponent, how do you feel like your style matches up against his?
I think he's an all-rounder. He's like, his striking and grappling, everything is decent, but mine is better. So wherever the fight goes, I'm gonna be better.
Tell me a bit about training camp. Who have been some of your main training partners helping you get ready for this fight?
I've very good training partners, striking wise, grappling wise. I've very good training partners, and I'm surrounded by a very high level striking and grappling coaches. I'm training here in Bali, Soma Fight Club. I'm doing my camp here. I've done like 3 camps. This is my third camp here in Bali. So yeah, I am very satisfied and very confident in my team and everything, and I'm gonna go there and represent my team and gonna perform very, very well.
That's excellent. Has there been any thought, obviously not for this fight, but maybe after, to do any training in the United States, just because there's obviously a lot of big gyms over there?
Yeah, we can try that, but right, this time I wanted.
It makes sense with it being in Abu Dhabi. No point in traveling to the US and then traveling, all the way to Abu Dhabi, right? Wouldn't make sense. So
yeah, exactly. So our plan was either fight in Singapore card or Abu Dhabi card. So when we had the option, either fight in Singapore or Abu Dhabi, I was like, let's fight in Abu Dhabi.
There you go. No, definitely makes sense. What about the weight cut? Is it much of a process for you to get down to 155? Like, when does that weight cut start?
No. I'm not. Weight cut is not very hard for me, but I cut weight, but it's not very hard. It's okay for me.
Okay, that's good.
I don't suffer a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then your corner, who will be in the cage with you that night?
So my my striking head coach. His name is Mike. Mike. He's from New Zealand. So, and there's one more guy who's very famous in Russia and he fought all over Russia. His name is Yasubi. Yasubi. So he's from Switzerland. He also trains here sometimes in Bali. And then my head coach from India. His name is Siddharth Singh. So yeah, these three and one. I think one more guy. If I'm gonna add his name, my boxing coach. He's from Russia. So yeah, I have like
Excellent.
three, four corners.
That's great. Yeah, it's nice to have a few different names there during fight week, which is great. When will you be heading over to Abu Dhabi? Just the week before?
Uh, I think I'm gonna go there 10 days before the fight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good. And what's your prediction? How do you think this fight will play out on October 21st?
I think I'll have the finish, either first or second or third round, but it would be a good fight. That's what I believe, that it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna go there, entertain my people, because see, I'm the first fighter from India who's representing India in UFC. So I'm like telling everybody right now, please tune into my fight. People in India are still very new to the MMA and UFC. So I'm saying UFC is the most exciting sport in the world, and this is the like MMA is the most exciting sport, and UFC fights are so good, and I'm not gonna go there and give them a boring fight. I'm gonna go there and I'll push myself. I'll push for the finish, and yeah.
I was curious. You mentioned being Indian, and obviously, like that's something I'm sure you carry with you into the octagon. We haven't seen a lot of Indian MMA fighters in general. The one that comes to mind is obviously Arjun Buller, who I know is, I believe, born in Canada, lives in Canada, but obviously, was a big impact on that side of the world. How much did you follow his career? I think he's still somewhat competing, but how much did you follow Arjun's career?
Yeah, like if he yes, he is born and raised in Canada, but still we need inspiration. So it's like he's Indian, so he's Indian and he's representing us. The main thing is, if you are representing India, you then it's that's what matters to us. Like so he's also an inspiration for all of us. And but yeah, I'm gonna go there and show everybody that what an Indian fighter, a fighter from India who born and raised in India and trained in India can go there and become a UFC fighter. So I remember like when road to UFC even things started, somebody told me that UFC a Indian fighter in the UFC who is not in Indian Canadian or Indian British Indian or proper Indian fighter in the UFC is still a 10 years dream. So I'm like, I'm gonna go I'm gonna do it in 1 year. So
yeah, it's incredible. No, it's awesome to see that, and again, I'm sure you get a lot of fan support as well, because there's a huge fan base in India that supports MMA, and so I'm sure you're getting a lot of positive encouragement going into this fight.
Yes. I see. We Indians are very patriotic. Like we love our country. We just if you're representing our country internationally, we're gonna support you like anything. It's not big as cricket and everything, but still we will be there for you. So I'm getting all this support and love, which I'm very grateful of, and that's what I carry. Like what you're fighting for, like for you and for money, I'm fighting for my country. So
excellent, I love it. I got to ask you, who do you think wins the main event of your card? We've got Islam and Charles for the lightweight title. That's your division. How do you see that fight playing out?
Oh, that's a tough one. Actually, last time I was very sure that Islam gonna win, but this rematch, I'm very like it's 50-50 for me. I love both of these fighters. They are great fighter. The both are my favorite fighters. So, but still, I think Islam gonna take it. It's not gonna as easy as the last time. It's gonna be a good fight, a good technical war. But I think fourth or fifth round, either by decision or fourth or fifth round, Islam will take. I think Islam is technically and skill wise is better fighter, is more intelligent, so he's gonna take it.
Just a couple rapid fire questions I wanted to ask you here. Just whatever comes to mind, and there's no wrong answers. It's just your opinion here.
Okay.
Who is the best striker in the UFC?
Alex Pereira.
Who's the best grappler?
Islam.
Okay. Who's the funniest fighter?
Who is the funniest fighter? Derek Lewis. I met him and he's funny all the time.
If you could have dinner with any fighter, who would it be and why?
Oh, John Jones, and I just want to know how he managed to become the greatest fighter all these years. Like,
excellent answer. Who would you want by your side in a street fight?
Street fight. I just want my friends, like my Indian friends by my side. MMA fighter. Let's say yes, John Jones.
Okay. Who is the highest fight IQ?
Alexander Volkanovski.
Okay. And what is a dream fight you would like to see?
I would like to see Khabib versus McGregor, like 2.
Okay. Great. And back to you. But before we get out of here, what are some of your other hobbies outside of fighting? Do you watch any other sports, or do you play any video games? Like, what are some things you like doing when you're not training and competing?
So I'm from the the northern part of India where the mountains are, the Himalayas range. So I like to trek and go for the trek, go to the mountains. That's what my hobby. After every fight, I go to the mountains and go for the trek. That's one of my hobby. And yeah, I listen to Indian music. No, I don't have much hobbies. I just yeah.
That's good though. That's because you're focused on fighting, right? Which is good. Keeps you out of trouble, right?
Yeah,
So that's always important. And just my last question. I know you're rep by Paradigm Sports. How did that all come together with you working with them?
Oh, I don't know. A Paradigm by themselves approached me. I think they saw the potential and everything, and I'm very very happy with them. Like, they are very professional, good people. It's not just it's a business thing, but they're helping me. My manager Leo, he's helping me so much, and I think without him I can't do nothing right now, because the UFC is a mess, man. I have fought in other promotions. You have, like, there's every time USADA and this and that. You have to do so many things in UFC. So if you don't have a manager, it's like, I know some fighters who are managing by themselves. I don't know how they're doing it, but I can't live without Leo now.
There you go. That's great. Thank you so much for doing this. I know it's late over there. I really appreciate it. If there's anyone you'd like to thank, I know you just thanked your manager, but if there's anyone else you want to thank, or any sponsors you have, or any social media, if people want to follow you, I'll give you the last word.
I just want to thank you all the people from India and all over the world who are showing love and who are showing confidence in me. And I want to thank my team, my Soma Fight Club and Cross Train Fight Club. That's whom I want to thank. And yeah, I'm gonna go there, perform, and for my people and for everybody who is supporting me and showing all this love. And so, yeah, that's all. Thank you.